Mobile phones and other handheld devices have taken gamers out of their living rooms and bedrooms and onto the streets. We're heading into game developers King, creators of some of the most popular mobile and social games on the planet, including Candy Crush Saga and Farm Hero Saga. First, I'm meeting Carolin.
Hiya, I'm Kim.
Hi, I'm Carolin. Nice to meet you.
Who's the lead producer on Farm Hero Saga.
So games like Farm Heroes and Candy Crush actually manage to turn non-gamers into gamers. How do you guys make it so appealing to everyone?
They're fun, first of all, and they're very easy to pick up, and they fit really well in pretty much everyone's lifestyle, right? So it means you don't have to dedicate 3 hours or so on playing the game. You just play as you go.
And so you guys work mostly on the mobile platform. What challenges are there on the mobile platform compared to developing for console?
So first of all, I guess your handset is much smaller, right? So you have to design a game that it fits onto the small mobile phone, and there are certain technical limitations as well. So you have to be very, very precise with the UI and how you demonstrate things so that it's easy to see. But also, for us, when we launch our games, that is really just day one. So we're constantly updating it and keeping it fresh for the players.
To learn more about the design process, I'm talking to Xandra, who is a level designer for Farm Hero Saga.
Well, as a game designer on Farm Heroes, I initially did like all the kind of design work. So that's level design, that's designing like new kind of features for in the game. Every now and then we introduce a new kind of feature to make, you know, different types of levels. And one of the biggest features is the Farm Heroes Companions, which is like recently out, or at least being promoted now, and pretty proud of.
Do you have any advice for young game designers who are developing specifically on a mobile platform? Any ideas or innovations or things they should think about in their game?
Yeah. I think first of all, like on a mobile platform, you should keep in mind that it's a very different audience than console games. So I think when you're trying to make a game for a mobile platform, try to make it for your mom. Like every time ask yourself, would your mom like this? Like, would your mom like to play this, or your dad, you know? Because actually that's what we do as well. It's really funny, like when we make new features, like every now and then, you know, a colleague will just mention like, I don't think my mom will play that, you know, because like, what I'm trying to do sometimes is like take the things that I enjoy from a hardcore game and then try to introduce them to someone who might not necessarily be super interested in your game to start with.
Xandra then shows me how to make a level on the game.
So this is what we use to make levels.
Mm-hmm.
So usually how I start actually is by making kind of a shape to make it interesting. So just, well, we've done this a lot of times before as well, but just as an example. Then I'll put some flowers on the board. Then I'll say, okay, you need to collect 4 flowers. Here you can determine like the drop rate of each cropsy. Then here you can basically play with all these things, like all the crumpies here, and these are all the stuff that you can pre-place on the board. You want to give it a try? You can make it the evil level that you want.
I don't want to make it too hard, embarrass myself.
I think you can make this like in 15 moves, you can easily get 20, I think.
So maybe 10.
Yeah.
10 on each plate, and then you can play.
All right. Let's see
a speed run.
Yeah. So what I do as a pro tip, like what I said, like you always look at the bottom of the board, and when I can see a move that I make, I kind of try to see if I can make one that like hits multiple targets.
Thank you.
Yes.
Done it.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go.
Yay! 3 moves
left.
Yeah.
Now that I'm an expert on level making, it's time to find out what makes King's games so engrossing. I'm talking to Neer, who's the head of studio at King.
So you mentioned before that King's games are sticky and accessible. So how would you advise a young game designer to make their games the same?
So First of all, really need to think about the first minute, first 5 minutes, the first 30 minutes in your game. What's the journey? How is the first impression? You need to make it super exciting and appealing at first. It doesn't need to be super hard because you want people to learn fast how the game works. And then you need gradually take it up so it's more challenging, and there's another challenge and another challenge, and it's intriguing for them. So it's all about balancing the difficulty of the levels and making it super appealing as a first impression.